You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, we are actually starting a brand new segment. It's going to be a weekly podcast where we break down weekly news, and the working title is currently Weekly Superhero News. That could change.
Yeah, so unless you got a better idea,
if you have a good idea for what
DM us.
Right, DM us. Let us know what you'd like this weekly podcast to be called. So the reason we're doing this and we're starting this up, it will be weekly. From now on, we'll do this every single week. This will be very consistent. And the only reason we are doing this is because, we get wrapped up in a TV show breakdown, we get wrapped up in trailer breakdowns or movie reviews that we don't often have time to look at and break down the stuff we need to talk about during the week of casting rumors, of leaks, of other casting decisions or box office discussions or whatever going on in the modern day world with Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter, etc. So we're excited to get into that in this new weekly podcast.
Yeah, I'm down. Like Michael said, it just gets brushed to the side with all the shows and movies we do. And a lot of times, those rumors and castings can sometimes be just as important for a franchise.
Exactly.
We'll just be lumping everything. I'm excited to get it started.
Yeah, I'm excited for this podcast. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do it. We can just make it our own, have fun. We have nothing to
talk about a lot of different things.
Right.
If we don't like one thing, we'll just move on.
Exactly. And if it's not like, TV show, we have to talk about this we can talk about like whatever. So that's pretty cool to do that. So the major point of this podcast this week is obviously San Diego Comic-Con 2022 is coming later this week towards the end of the week. So on this podcast, the main thing we're going to be doing is discussing casting rumors, what we think is going to happen at this Comic-Con, and where it's going to go. So that's going to be the main point. So to start us off, we got to talk about, of course, the legends of the MCU. So the MCU and what we think they're going to do in San Diego Comic-Con this year. Obviously, it's always a big year, and they always announce something or do something big or do a couple of things. So, and there's been a lot of things going around, so we're going to break that down and talk about that. So, first off, I don't think that they're going to unveil any new projects that they're going to have.
Yeah.
I think they're going to wait to do that for D23 Expo in September. When they unveil, start looking towards Phase 5. I think they're going to do that in September, but I think here's more likely they're going to shed some light on stuff that we're talking about or is already announced, or trailers.
Like a Blade, or
I think they'll talk more about Blade. I think they'll talk more about Fantastic Four and other things like rumors and stuff, and address those things now. And then, of course, wait till announce new projects till later. So I think that's what's going to happen. So the first thing that I think 100% is going to happen, and if it doesn't, just slap me in the face. But I think this is 100% going to happen. I think we're going to get the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer this week.
I mean, I think we should. This movie's been, we've known about it forever. We know all the casting. We just found out recently that, what's his name? Daniel. I'm not sure I pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
He's not in it.
Right.
Even though I enjoyed his performance, but he was wrapped up with Jordan Peele's Nope.
Yeah.
But also we know who's playing Namor. We assume that Shuri will have a really large role.
Right.
But we haven't gotten nothing about it.
No, we haven't. And it does come out in November, and this would be the perfect time for a trailer. So I think it makes a lot of sense to get that after Comic-Con. I think it'll be nice to see, because we know nothing but about the movie except for a couple of leaked images we saw online from toys and stuff. So that'd be exciting. And then, of course, I think this trailer what the trailer will do is I think it'll unveil Namor to the world. I think it'll show us Namor for the first time in the MCU. And then there is also a rumor going around that Doctor Doom will first appear in this movie.
I know. I saw on Instagram a leaked picture of him in an end credit scene, but it just seems odd to me that Doctor Doom would make his first appearance in Wakanda
now,
Forever.
if it is an end credit scene, I feel like that would make more sense. Have him be show him in Latveria and be threatened by Wakanda or something like that. I think that would make sense. And then, of course, build him up for Fantastic Four for an end credit scene, but not in the movie itself. I don't think he should be in it.
Definitely not.
Make sense.
I know they're going to make Namor the villain. I hope he doesn't become just a one movie villain, because in the comics that's not really who
Doctor
he
Doom's
is.
going to be another Loki. Somebody's going to stay around.
And I'm super excited for this project because I hear really good reviews. Apparently.
I've heard really good things
about it, but I knew they're drastically changing up Namor so he doesn't seem the same as Aquaman, which doesn't make sense because Namor is one of Marvel's oldest.
Yeah, he was before
superheroes.
Aquaman.
He was way before. So obviously Aquaman, he has more recognition because Jason Momoa and how well he's done.
Right.
But when it comes to Namor, he's mad, slept on. So
he is.
I hope they do him well.
I do, and I also wonder if they're gonna make him the villain per se with quotation marks, and by I mean that is what we think's going to be the villain, and it's going to end up being somebody
else.
Because as we know in the comics, Namor's more of an anti-hero. He's not really a bad guy.
Yeah.
So I wonder how they'll do that, or if we'll see that in this movie, or if Namor will just be the villain. So we'll see. But I have high hopes. I think this movie could be a sleeper. Obviously, it had a lot against it with the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, which of course we miss. And it had a lot against it, but I think, but what we're hearing about it, Ryan Coogler's a great director, so I think it'll be a sleeper. I think it's going to be a good movie, so I'm excited for it. All right, so now we got to get into something else, some other rumors going on. I think at San Diego Comic-Con, I think we're going to get the Fantastic Four cast. What do you think? I think we might just get it. I feel like it's time.
You think it's time? Well, the movie don't come out for at least another 2 years.
Right.
So I think they could push it off a little more.
They could push it off a little bit more, but this is something so big. And after, of course, Multiverse Madness with John Krasinski, playing Reed Richards, I think it's time. I mean, everybody's wanting to know. Everybody's been fan casting this for 2 years now anyway. Yeah. So I think it'd be cool. And then, like you said, we got a rumor of Jason Segal as a thing.
As a thing. So I've never seen Jason Segal in the project. Mm-hmm. I know he's most recently in, I think it's Winning Time on HBO Max. I'm going to go see it soon. But when I was just looking through some interviews and pictures, like, he looks kind of like, what Ben would look like, to be honest. Like, he's just like down to earth, like regular dude, big old like dude. I guess, but I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people saying Seth Rogen, and there's other opinions. I think he'll do good.
I do not want Seth Rogen. I'm just saying that right now.
That would be mad weird.
If they make this movie another like Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm gonna die.
there's no way.
Like, this movie needs to be good, and I have high hopes for it. So, and of course, there's other rumors. Part of me always wants. I really wish they would do John Krasinski. I would love to see more of him, because we only saw like barely 2 minutes of screen time in Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. So I'd like to see more of him. I think he would play a great Reed Richards, if I'm being honest. And then I would love to see his wife Emily Blunt in the Invisible Woman role as well.
That'd be cool. I that just brought to mind. I should have mentioned it before, but I just thought of it now. But apparently, Penn Bagley is getting rumored as casted for Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I've heard there's all kinds of rumors.
He would be pretty good too if you've seen him in You or some of his other projects.
Right.
But
I mean, there's all kinds of rumors. I mean, the biggest rumors going around is, there's a lot of rumors for Johnny Storm, Human Torch, who's going to play him. I see a lot of Joe Keery, which I think would be cool as well.
Keery?
I see a lot of Joe Keery.
Really?
I like him. I think that'd be good. I see a lot of Rudy Panko, I have
a harder time seeing Joe Keery.
I see Rudy Panko, though.
I think Rudy.
I think he would kill it.
Keery.
I think he would be a great Johnny Storm, and he fits perfectly. So I see a lot of those. So I don't know for sure, like you said, but I would like to see the casting at this point. And who knows, they may wait for like D23 Expo to like give the official title for the movie, because it doesn't have an official title yet. And then give us a casting there or something. And a director.
I really do think they'd give us a title and a director before the cast. And I think Marvel actually like benefits a lot from not releasing it yet.
Right.
Because think of like how big the rumors are, like people usually are more excited about something before it comes out than when it comes out. So I think they're kind of living off the hype of like, who are they casting and all the different rumors.
And part of me is like a little bit afraid that they might be afraid to release it, because they're afraid the fans might like get super mad about what they did. But we'll see what happens. All right. So next up, we got to talk about, we see Alden Ehrenreich, is rumored to be in Ironheart. So what do you think about that?
Listen, I'm not too excited for the Ironheart project, just based off what I've seen.
And she will appear in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever as her first project.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Riri Williams will appear in it.
The only thing I've seen Ehrenreich is, and maybe you too, is Solo.
Right.
I haven't seen him in anything else, but I thought he did a really good job. Yeah. And I thought he did. I thought he killed it. So as far as who he's playing, I don't know. And I doubt if he's making like his appearance in Ironheart, smaller project as a side character, I doubt he would be a larger.
Maybe he's the villain
character
of the story of Ironheart.
Ooh.
That's a possibility. I don't know who the villain would be, because
I'm
not a huge fan of Ironheart.
We have really no details about it, so we know nothing. So
yeah, and I feel like it's still a good bit away. I think 2023 when it's going to come out, so it's still a pretty good bit away. So, But yeah, so that'd be interesting as well. All right, next up is a big one that we are super excited to discuss. I think I definitely speak for the both of us when I say that. And that is the Blade rumor leak that possibly Anthony Starr will be playing the villain Dracula.
Holy dude. Wow. Yeah. First of all, when he texted me that, I didn't know what to say. I'm a big Boys fan. Anthony Starr, I've told Michael this, but I think he's the best live action, maybe superhero villain since Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, Anthony Starr's acting is really unmatched in this like sociopathic role, and he's killing it on Amazon. So to see him in the MCU initially feels kind of weird because I'm used to seeing them like so dark and just do whatever he wants.
Right.
If in fact he does play Dracula, number one, I hope they don't kill him off after one movie. Because he's amazing, and that would be just do another Christian Bale 30. Like honestly,
and well, Dracula's already like dead, so like how are you gonna kill him off again?
And then number two, like I don't know, just make the story a little bit more gritty. I don't want to see him play Dracula in some MCU cliche film.
I think this is a movie that needs to be serious. It being Blade the Vampire Hunter. Obviously we got Mahershala Ali, an already serious actor, playing Blade, and of course we're gonna get Kit Harington playing the Black Knight in this movie as well. So I think it definitely needs to be serious. I don't know if they'll push it to like a rated R rating, but I still think they should push the boundaries of PG-13.
I know. They could push it all the way, similar to what I guess Batman did, Matt Reeves. That felt like an R-rated movie, but it wasn't. He pushed it. So if they did something like that, just similar in style or the dark or the grittiness, I wouldn't mind it at all.
Yeah.
But listen, if they manage to get him for the role, like props to Marvel.
And this, of course, is just a rumored leak. He could not completely not be playing, but that would be a great casting. And then I think this movie is definitely another sleeper, and I think it'd be very, very like good.
I'm more excited about this movie than I am almost any other movie coming.
Right,
like,
which
really.
A lot of people don't know about the Blade except for the original trilogy back in the early 2000s. That wasn't that great. So I'm excited to see with these great casts because Mahershala Ali, Kit Harington, and Anthony Starr, that's stacked. So
that is a stacked cast.
That is stacked.
That is a stacked cast.
That'd be really cool. So I'm excited to hopefully get that announcement coming up later this week.
Yes, sir.
All right, this next one is also a pretty big rumor and leak going on, and that is, which I'm surprised. I don't think that they should announce it, and they probably won't. But it's rumored that they're going to announce who will be playing Professor X and Cyclops in the MCU. And I don't know, like already? In a future mutant project. We haven't even got a confirmed mutant project except for X-Men 97. That's an animated series coming out later.
I don't know why they would announce the castings even before like the Fantastic Four. I'm sure the X-Men projects are way down in the future.
Right. And that's one thing. I wonder why they're waiting unless they're going to appear in other stuff. But I don't know. But the biggest rumored casting is that you want to tell them who'll be playing Professor X?
Yeah, apparently, as I found out today, is Giancarlo Esposito, which I truly don't know how to feel. He's always been kind of typecasted as a villain, in Far Cry 6, in The Mandalorian, in almost every project that he's been in, dude. He's been
and that's
villain.
One thing.
And a great one at that.
Right, he's a great actor. I agree. But to go from that drastic of a change to a big hero character and one of the biggest figures in the X-Men universe, I don't know. And I just don't see him as Professor X. Obviously, we're going to compare him to the two previous that we've had, and that being Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy, who are both incredible.
You got to be bald if you're in the chair.
You got to be bald.
There's a lot of different, gender and skin changes you can make with your characters, and a lot of them, will be pretty well received by our fans. But if you take a major player you completely flip, their gender or where they're from, just stay true to the comics,
right?
But listen, Esposito, he has the stature, he has the demeanor. Professor X is wise, he's very calculative, and Esposito has that too. But I just have a hard time seeing him as a good
especially
guy.
When you got
really.
Patrick Stewart, who is the perfect Professor X and literally looks like Professor X from the comics. It's super hard to make that transition. So, who knows? It's of course is a rumor. It could completely be wrong. He could come out and say, "What the heck? I'm not going to be Professor X." I would like to see him in a villain in the MCU maybe in the future, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like I said, I do feel bad for whoever takes up the role because, like you said, they'll always be compared to Patrick Stewart, who looked just like him. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
But this next casting I am super hyped about, and I think it is a great casting, and that's the casting that is rumored for Cyclops, and that being Glenn Powell.
Dude, that seems perfect, man.
That sounds like a very great casting. If you guys don't know who Glenn Powell is, of course, you might know him from the latest biggest blockbuster, Top Gun Maverick. He played Hangman.
Awesome movie.
He did great.
Dude,
so.
he killed it. He honestly really stole the show.
Yeah,
it was like you had Miles Teller, and you had Tom Cruise, and then Glenn Powell. Like that felt like the three.
And
like,
you go from really disliking him to liking him in the end.
Yeah,
so.
and obviously like he's talented, he's skilled, he's really cocky, and that'd be perfect for Cyclops.
Oh yeah, we could definitely get a Cyclops. I can definitely see him in that leadership of the X-Men.
Perfect, dude. I can see it right now.
I can definitely see him.
He has the eyes
he
too.
Does.
For it.
I just feel like he needs brown hair. But
brown hair.
But they did really good job, I think, with that casting. Hopefully that's true. It might not be, but I think Glenn Powell would be a great Cyclops. So that one I'm actually hyped for.
Cool. I'm hyped for that one. That seems perfect.
But so if those are rumored, and those are heavily rumored and leaked, do you think that Kevin Feige is going to announce his mutant project, the X-Men?
I don't. I think he would announce the casting in this case first. I think the mutant project will be far down the road because they haven't even announced Fantastic Four, and like I said, we just got our first mutant confirmed in Miss Marvel. So I really do think it'll be a while before we get the official thing confirmed, but I think it might be smart. Kevin Feige just goes around and slowly like confirms each one by one, like leading up to Wolverine, like bam,
and just Wolverine. He's going to be like Wolverine.
That might be cool.
Daniel Radcliffe, please.
Dude, that would, I have a hard time still seeing that.
He just got to get a deeper voice. He's got it.
I have such a hard time.
He's the size. He's got the look.
But he just has like a little baby face. I know. I have a hard time seeing that.
That's true. But we'll see. We'll see. So, I do think that, I think a lot of these sparked rumors happen because of the Miss Marvel finale is the reason that a lot of these come on. But these are pretty like thick leaks that people are saying. So we'll see with that.
I wonder who leaks them, to be honest.
I don't know.
Like, doesn't Marvel pay the people not to do that?
I feel like, honestly, if I have to, think about it, I feel like Marvel's smarter than that. And I feel like any leaks that happens, they allow it.
Yeah,
just
they
to
allow
get the
it.
Sparks.
Yeah, just to get sparks, popularity. They benefit from it.
Right. So I think that's their main motif there.
Either that or just got to fire some employees for talking too much.
That is true. Kevin Feige got the sniper out.
He probably does.
I know, he got the red dot.
I'd be terrified.
He's an intimidating guy.
He is, man.
Like, you see that interview with Haley Steinfeld where he's staring at her?
Dude, he has a lot of power.
Dude.
He's in charge of the biggest movie studio in the world.
Right. A lot of power right there.
Yeah.
So... Oh, Kevin Feige. All right. Anyway, so also some more rumors that we think we might get in San Diego Comic-Con. I think we may get our first look at Kang, if I'm being honest. Maybe just an image of him or something from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, because that's coming
like a poster or something
next year, or something like that, because that's coming like February of 2023. So that's pretty soon. Yeah. So, and we haven't even really got to see Kang yet, except for He Who Remains in Loki.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool to get our first like look at him in like a full comic accurate costume.
That'd be dope.
I think that'd be cool.
That'd be dope. I still wonder how he'll fit in with Ant-Man.
I know. I wonder how they're going to do it.
Yeah, a character poster or something like that would be really cool.
Right. So I'm excited for that. And Kang the Conqueror should be the villain of this phase. So we'll see how they do that. All right. So next up, we may also get some news of the MCU Halloween special coming out, I think, later this year in October, if I'm not mistaken. So we may get some news about that and what's going on with that.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year. I know it's coming out one of the two, the Halloween special of the MCU. It's going to be like Werewolf by Night themed or something.
Ooh,
so
that'd be dope.
And who knows, maybe we get Blade in it or something. I don't know, or Moon Knight.
I remember watching that one Spider-Man cartoon. Was it like Ultimate Spider-Man, I think? And then they have the Werewolf by Night in it. Dude, it goes hard. Dracula, Blade, all that stuff.
So
that'd be cool.
And I think it'd be a cool little another introduction of Mahershala Ali's Blade into the MCU as well there, and a little brief thing. So, and I also think we'll get some news about the Guardians holiday special that's coming out in the holiday season.
I'm actually pretty excited about that. I think that could like low-key be a sleeper,
right?
And
I don't know how long it'll be or like what they'll do. Like, I wonder if it's gonna be like 30 minutes or if it's gonna be like an hour or what's.
I'd assume probably like 20 to 30 minutes. Nothing too long, but probably just like straight family comedy stuff.
Yeah, right. And that works because it's it's just a little holiday special.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And then I also heard a leak or rumor that we will get our first look of Secret Invasion at Comic-Con. I don't think we're going to get a trailer yet, but I think we'll just get a first look, if that makes sense. So like some more images, more casting confirmed, and stuff like that for Secret Invasion, which is, my most hyped Disney Plus show.
I know you're hyped for that.
I'm very hyped for Secret Invasion, so we have high hopes for that. But I do think that they will, save and wait to announce more stuff, later at the D23 Expo. But I think here they're just going to confirm more casting rumors and show the trailer for Black Panther.
Yeah, just give a little peek.
Get a little peek.
And then go all in at D23.
At D23, they're going to go hard. Because Kevin Feige already said that he's going to give us, like, you're going to see where Marvel's going, after D23. So I'm excited for that. All right.
Okay.
Next up, we got to talk about Star Wars. Do you think we're going to get anything from them in Comic-Con or no? Because I don't know.
What they'd probably do, they'd probably give us first looks at some of the shows that have obviously been confirmed, but we just haven't seen anything.
I think we may get an Andor trailer, like the second one.
You think the second one?
The second trailer for Andor?
Is that the next? What's the next?
That's the next project.
I think Tales of the Jedi is.
Tales of the Jedi is coming out later this year.
It's already been shown to some people. It's already been leaked.
I think
it's definitely coming out.
They should definitely show
why
that.
wouldn't they?
Right. And then also the Mandalorian season 3 trailer has been leaked as well. So I'm wondering if they're going to debut that or are going to wait a little bit on that.
You think? I think they'd debut season 3. I think that would probably be the main thing for at least. I think of all the upcoming Star Wars projects, Mando season 3 would be the biggest.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, Ahsoka, but that's later in the year of next year. So. So we'll see.
Ahsoka. You think?
But I don't think they're going to show anything from Ahsoka yet. Unless
you think they have like some pictures or casting for that?
They could do that because the leaked trailer that I saw, we do see the back of Hera and stuff. So we'll see what they do with that. So I don't know, but I don't think we're going to get a whole lot from Star Wars this time. But I don't know.
To be honest, I'm not too excited for their upcoming projects.
Right. Tales of the Jedi though.
I'm excited for Tales of the Jedi and for Mando season 3.
Right.
And for Acolyte.
That's a while away for sure.
It's so far away.
The Acolyte is very
obviously
far away.
It's so good, but the other projects, Andor, I'm not looking forward too much.
I think it's. I genuinely think it might be pretty good.
I think the reason why it'd be so good is because it's gonna feel disconnected from the Star Wars universe. And they won't use the same green screen.
They're not
that
using
all
the
other
same
shows.
formula either of like the 6 or 7 episode format. They're using. It's like going to be 12 episodes.
And it's honestly been killing them recently with Boba Fett, and then even Kenobi.
So now they'll have time to like flesh out the show, and maybe it'd be actually really good. So
I hope so. They better. They got 12 episodes.
Right. Oh yeah. All right, DC. Now we got to talk about DC and what we think we'll be getting from them this time. I think we're for sure getting a trailer for Shazam: Fury of the Gods because it's coming out in December.
December?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dang, we don't have nothing yet, right?
We don't have anything yet.
Holy, yeah, they'd had to get something out. That's only like 6 months away.
Right. So I think we're gonna get a trailer for that. Maybe an announced release date for Blue Beetle movie. We may get that release date. Possibly.
Yeah, with that one kid from Cobra Kai. I forget his name.
Miguel.
Miguel!
But anyway, we may get that release date, and then I think they maybe will talk about the Penguin show with Colin Farrell. Obviously with Matt Reeves. So
Matt Reeves Batman 2 confirmed.
They may do that.
That would be so cool.
They may do that. I'm assuming that one will be like 2025 though, maybe, or 2024.
That'd be a way off.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit. All right, and then what else DC's going on? I don't think they're going to do another Black Adam trailer yet, but they may. I don't know.
They've already released 2, haven't
They've just released one.
Just one?
Just one.
I don't think there's a need for a second, but they probably will, right?
Oh, they'll definitely release a second, but I don't think they'll do it here.
Yeah, I don't think it's hyped enough for them to release a second.
And I don't think they're going to unveil any like future DC projects because obviously DC's in shambles. But I think they may give us a guide to where DC's going possibly and just like give us a more linear line because DC has been on fire lately.
They have been, but they gotta address what's going on. Right. Whether they want to keep all these projects separate or whether they want to try to do that shared connected universe like Marvel. I think now's the perfect time. Obviously, we know Ezra Miller's not coming back, but the Flash movie, it could reset everything.
Right, for sure. And they need to, honestly.
Yeah, they really do. So I really hope we just get to see it, especially since I got they bought out by Discovery. I hope just the person in charge is like, hey, here's what we're doing.
Right.
Like
starting with the Batman and just continuing.
I just like to know what their direction is and what they're trying to accomplish.
Because, they have so much potential. And they could genuinely be better than Marvel if they tried. And they need to try. Please try.
I agree.
Like, give us start with the Batman, give us a Superman movie, give us a Wonder Woman movie, just start it over, and it'll be epic. And I'll be hyped for that.
Agreed.
All right, now that concludes our rumors for the Comic-Con and things of that nature. So now we got to talk about DC's newest movie coming out. We're going to talk about a little bit is League of Super Pets, obviously starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart.
Dude, this movie looks hilarious.
It looks great, honestly.
I can't even lie. is it considered a kids movie? I'm not sure.
It is.
But
Well, I mean, it's
there's
a
gonna be
PG
lot
family
of
movie.
Adults there.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Secret Life of Pets.
It does.
Like
it does.
really, you know.
And plus, Kevin Hart's in
you
that
got
too.
you got
so.
that Kevin Hart comedy with animals. Like you can't
Right.
really go wrong.
And plus, The Rock and Kevin Hart. I mean, it's a great combination. So
as The Rock calls it, the greatest duo in Hollywood
That's
history.
true. Yeah.
But I can't even lie. Like that part looks hilarious. But as far as like the CGI and everything for the voice casting and everything for the actual superheroes, dude, they look pretty good to be like in an animated kids movie.
Right.
Like
And
they
plus
look pretty solid.
We got Keanu Reeves as Batman and John Krasinski as Superman. So
Superman. Yeah, that still seems weird.
It
to
does.
me. Like really weird.
But the early reviews are in, and I've heard it is really good. I've heard some reviewers say it is super funny, family film, good, but has a really good story to it. And I did hear someone say that it is the second best superhero movie of the year, right behind the Batman. So
What?
I have heard that. So
Above Morbius?
dude, it can't
Dude,
be.
what are you thinking?
It can't be above
It
Morbius.
can't be above
So
Morbius.
That's already wrong.
It's already
unless it's
number
better than
3.
the Batman. Unless it's better than the Batman.
Nah,
which is, who
ain't no
knows?
way. Ain't no way.
Ain't no
It's
way.
not possible.
But I don't
It's
know.
not possible.
But I'm excited for this movie. I love a nice family feature film, and I love a good family feature film that's mixed with DC Comics. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Bring it on.
Listen, I think it'll be major slept
think
on.
it'll- I think it'll
I
be
hope it
slept
does
on.
well in the box
So
office.
prediction out of 10. So right off the bat, what do you think you're going to give it out of 10 without even seeing it?
I'm giving it. Ooh, I'm going for a 7.
I
I have a harder time seeing how they could go wrong with this plot. A
Right.
bunch of animals. There's superpowered owners. Need help.
Right.
They all get powers that just don't match up with them. The turtle gets
Right.
speed. Freaking weird squirrel gets like lightning.
Right.
It's just like not the powers you give to them. It looks like a funny flick, but like you said, there seems to be like deep family ties and really good
Right.
themes, like throughout the whole movie. So with something like that, I don't know really how you can go too wrong.
I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Also, it's my prediction. But here's to hoping it's higher than that, not hoping it's lower than that. But I don't think it will be. I'm hoping it'll be higher than a 7. So we'll see with that prediction. All right, next up, we got to talk about a little bit. So, a little bit Thor Love and Thunder news. So, Thor Love and Thunder box office, it is currently on a down spiral down.
Good.
It has gone down quite a bit, actually. And it's actually kind of like, wow, Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder has gone down a bit too much than normal. So,
yeah, it brings me great joy to know that people still know what a good movie is.
Yeah.
You look at Top Gun Maverick,
mhm.
which has now hit 1.2 billion
Yeah.
worldwide after not being released in either Russia nor China.
Right.
It just passed Titanic as Paramount's highest domestic grossing film of all time, and it's great. People are still going out in droves to
Right.
see it, and I just
And it's for
think
anyone.
Yeah, and I think that just speaks to not only is it nostalgic, but like ultimately, like it's just a dang good movie, and people know it.
Mhm.
And it makes me really mad because Marvel has done an amazing job of just hyping up all their projects. So now they can basically put out anything and people are going to go see it. And even if it sucks, like that makes me mad. Like, bro, there's a lot better films that don't do nearly as well.
And even if it does, suck, a lot of Marvel fans are still going to love it.
It still has like 5, 6, 700 mil in the box office, which is absolutely amazing.
And I don't think it'll reach
what
a
it
billion,
costs.
but I think, it's still really done really well.
Yeah,
So.
I don't think it will hit Multiverse of Madness. I don't wish capped out around like 900
Yeah,
million.
that had a lot of more hype about it
That
too.
did have more hype, but
So,
it really does bring me great joy to see this movie not doing quite as well.
as it should have. Right. Yeah, I agree. But we did hear other news about Thor 5. Taika Waititi did say he would return as long as Chris Hemsworth would return as well, which Chris Hemsworth obviously will.
No,
And then,
bro.
I don't know. I mean, of course, I just want him to do like another Ragnarok with Thor 5 instead of just doing another Thor Love and Thunder.
I don't think he can do it. I
don't
think
think-
that was a one-time thing. I really think if he tried again, it would just be a copy and paste
Right.
of Love and Thunder. I really do.
That's the nerve-wracking thing because, he got to get his A game on. I don't want another like full-on stupid comedy. Well, it's more like a parody. Like, I don't care if it's comedy, but I don't want another parody, you know? And that's what we got.
Well, like
So-
if it's a comedy, at least make it like funny and make the comedy
funny
have like
and
some
not cheesy.
central point to
Yeah.
it, not just comedy for no reason, not just
Right.
him turning into Harry Potter
Exactly.
for no reason.
Yeah.
So
Or a Bluetooth speaker popping out
listen,
nowhere.
to be honest, dude, I'm giving a butt ton of money to the Russo brothers. I'm like, please, just like take this just make it the last solo Thor movie.
Yeah.
And make him go absolutely crazy or something like that.
I would love that.
I just
give me another Infinity War Thor.
Yeah, like honestly, man, I don't want to. I really do not want to see Taika Waititi in another directing role for the MCU. I mean, we've seen him at his peak, but we've also, and the scary thing, like, I don't even feel like this is his worst at Love and Thunder. I think he could go lower.
Right.
Especially with his, like, I just want to do a road trip.
Yeah, I know.
What?
But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So that pretty much covers the news of the week for this week. Next week's news of the week, we're going to be covering mainly Comic-Con and what happened, and see if we were right in these predictions or not. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they announce and stuff. And then obviously, if they do release a trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, that will be a separate podcast where we review that in a different one compared to the Comic-Con breakdown. So we're excited for that. We hope you guys enjoyed this segment, and I'll cut it back to you.
All right, guys. We appreciate the listen. As y'all know, our podcast is available on all major podcast platforms. So we really appreciate the support. So go ahead, check us out, and give us a download. As far as our next episode go, like Michael says, we'll be hitting y'all with that Comic-Con breakdown. We're gonna keep up this weekly thing. Like I said, still working on that name, but we'll have it soon. So I'm just tuning in. It'll be Tuesday mornings, 5 a.m. same time. So tune in Tuesday.
Yes, and we just want to thank you guys for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.